Hey guys, StarMaster65 here, back with another video. Today, doing my Dreamcast game collection. This is one of my bigger game collections, I think. I've got about like 18 games. Way more than I had the last time I made one of these. Also the only time I've done a Dreamcast collection video, which was like 2019, I think. But yeah, I've got like 8 more new games since then, so yeah, I'm gonna do this. I haven't made a video since like the end of February, other than that skit and that short that I made in like March. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to start with the left pile. First up is Sonic Shuffle. I think this is actually my most recent Dreamcast game that I purchased. Correct me if I'm wrong, editor me. But yeah, honestly, it's a decent party game. Big the Cat's in it, so that's really cool. I like the cel-shaded art style. It's multiplayer, so you can play it with friends. I played this with Mario Fan 27. He's the only other person that I played this with, other than by myself. But yeah, it's in great condition, so that's nice. I actually got this on an auction on eBay. I won it for like, it was pretty expensive. It was like 50 bucks. But yeah, I'm glad I got it. It's honestly, it's fun to play on your own. It can get pretty boring if you play with more of the, whatchamacallits, what are they, like prismarine shards or something? That's definitely not what they're called, but yeah, it's a decent party game. It's more fun with, you know, friends, and especially if you have more friends than just one other person playing with you. But yeah, it's still solid, at least. Next up is Shenmue. I actually got back into this last summer. I played it a bit when I first got it, which was back in 2018, I think. But yeah, this is also complete in box, in decent condition. But yeah, it's a really great game. It came on multiple discs, as you can see, that's why it's so big. And there's also the Shenmue Passport, which I, like, tried once, but I honestly have no idea what it does. But yeah, this is such a fun game. It's not really a lot of gameplay to it, other than running around. There is, like, some fights and stuff, which is, like, the most gameplay, or the most intense gameplay that you actually get into. But yeah, even those, well, or at least the one that I've experienced so far was just a quick time event. But it's still such a great game, and a pretty good story, too. Next up is Sega Smash Pack Volume 1. This is like a compilation game of a lot of older Sega games. As you can see, 12 right there. But yeah, it's got Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Shining Force, Wrestle War, Streets of Rage 2, Columns, Virtual Cop 2, Phantasy Star 2, Revenge of Shinobi, Sega Swirl, which is like a Tetris bootleg, Puyo Puyo thing. That didn't make sense, but whatever, let's just roll with it. Vector Man and Alter Beast, so really it's a solid collection. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a Volume 2 that was only released on PC, and this actually came out, I swear this came out on GBA as well. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I got it for like 12 bucks a couple years ago. And it's a really solid collection. It's the only time I've ever played a Virtual Cop game, and honestly, it's really fun. Next up is Sega GT. This was one of the first Dreamcast games I got. I think it was my second or third. But yeah, it's a really solid racing game. I'm not a huge fan of like generic realistic racers, but they are fun to play every now and then. But yeah, again, just a solid racing title. I actually like it more than Gran Turismo. It's just more simple and easier to get into, I guess. And next up, a game that I had no idea was actually on the Dreamcast or even had a 3D remake is QBert. It's the old arcade game where you jump on blocks and you have to get to a certain goal, I think. There's also a multiplayer mode, which is fun. I played that before. It's actually made by Hasbro, which is cool, and Atari. Next up, NFL 2K1, a bargain bin sports game just to, you know, pad out my Dreamcast game collection. It's really fun, too. I'm not a football person, but it's pretty easy to get into. But yeah, all the Sega sports games are just so fun to play. They've just got some sort of charm that, like, EA and 2K games don't really have. But yeah, they're just pretty cool early 2000s Sega sports games. I mean, not much else to say, but online multiplayer, as you can see, that's cool. if you like mod your Dreamcast. Actually, you don't even need to mod it. You just buy like a Dream Pi or something, and you can play online. Next up, my favorite game of all time, Jet Set Radio, or Jet Grind Radio as it was known here in North America, but they quickly changed that when they released the sequel, Jet Set Radio Future, and when they re-released this in HD and widescreen on Steam. But yeah, this game is just so much fun. You go around different places in like a Japan setting, like throughout the city and stuff, and just graffiti and run away from the cops. It's a pretty simple concept, but it's such a fun game. And I love the cover art, and even the disc art's pretty cool too. My phone's about to die. I should have charged it. Next up is NBA 2K, another sports game just to pad out the collection. I haven't actually played this yet, so I have nothing to say about it really. And then we've also got Crazy Taxi. I don't have the manual for this. I got it for 20 bucks at Jumbo Video. I didn't know it didn't have the manual when I was purchasing it, but not a big deal. I can just buy it on eBay, I guess. But yeah, again, Crazy Taxi, another fun Sega game. I also have this on PS2, but yeah, that port, honestly, it's not that great compared to the original Dreamcast version. Alright, on to the last pile, the web browser. This was like $2. Another game to just, or not even a game, another piece of software to just pad out my collection, and maybe I can use it if I get the Dream Pi someday. Virgo Tennis, bought this on eBay last year when I was in like a phase of playing tennis games. The Virtua series of games is pretty cool by Sega, but yeah, it's just a tennis game with really good looking graphics for the Dreamcast. But yeah, just a tennis game, I guess, but it's pretty fun because Sega knows how to make sports fun, I guess. And then I've got Sonic Adventure. This was a bargain deal. I got this for 19 bucks, complete in like great condition. I used to have like just the disc and like a fake case with a printed cover, and yeah, I decided to upgrade because it was only 19 bucks, and I'm just so glad I got to upgrade the condition for my favorite Sonic game. Next up is Resident Evil Code Veronica. This comes in like a 2-CD case because it comes on 2 CDs. A game I haven't played a lot. I'm not a huge fan of horror games or like Resident Evil in general. But yeah, I'll probably pick it up again at some point. And Resident Evil Ready to Rumble Boxing, game by Midway. There were a lot of Midway published games on the Dreamcast. But yeah, this game, it's pretty fun. I haven't played it a whole lot. I played it with Mario Fan 27 like once, but yeah, this was also one of the first Dreamcast games I bought. It was either the third or fourth one, I think. But yeah, it's a solid boxing game. Next up is Rayman 2. I'm a pretty big Rayman fan. I've been playing Rayman games since Origins on the 3DS, even though that was just the demo. But yeah, 3D Rayman I haven't had as much experience with, but I really enjoyed Rayman 2. The Dreamcast version is probably my favorite. I also have the PS2 version on PS3, and the DS, Rayman DS port of Rayman 2, which is also really solid. Again, another sports game, NHL 2K. Not too much to say about this, but another really solid Sega sports game. And pretty fun if you're into hockey. And also if you're not, because I'm not really a big hockey person. Second last game, NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC. This was one of 2 games I first got with my Dreamcast. I got this and then Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation, which I gave to Mario Fan 27 because I do not like that game. But yeah, more basketball. This one, actually, I have played. I haven't played the NBA 2K one, though. This is really fun, though. Again, I'm not a huge basketball person, but it's just a really fun game to play. And the final game, Grand Theft Auto 2, probably the coolest Dreamcast game I own. I honestly love it a lot. I have not played this enough. I really want to play it again. I also want to get the manual and maybe a better case, because as you can see, the cover's printed. But yeah, it's a solid port of GTA 2, and I'm glad it's on the Dreamcast, because like, I'll pick up anything if it's on the Dreamcast. But yeah, that is my entire Dreamcast game collection. I kind of sped through that because my phone's about to die. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified when I upload, because I haven't uploaded frequently recently. But that'll change once I get my laptop back, because that broke. So yeah, sorry I rushed through this. Again, my phone's literally at like 2%. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.